Let's hope.
I'm ready to pound them.
Oh, yikes. Pause.
What is this?
Hey, fellas, what's happening, man? Good to see you all. Mike, apologies about last week. I got some badass flu, boy. I'll tell you what, it ripped through me from head to toe. Had a great weekend, though. The boy had hockey up in Rochester. It was an amazing time. He led the team in scoring, which was pretty awesome. Came in third in the whole tournament for 14 UA. So I was pretty happy with him. He got a little full of himself, so I had to knock him around a little bit when we came home, but it's all good. Hey, it's always fun to bring people on the show who bring their A game and speak real talk. This week, we're supposed to have former Pittsburgh Steeler and Indianapolis Colt offensive lineman Trai Essex join us, talk a little bit about his career, talk about today's game. So hopefully everybody got a beverage ready to go, and hopefully Trey's able to jump on here real soon. I just reached out to him, and I'm sure he's getting his things together to join us. So I got my guys here with me tonight. I don't know if Chops is going to join us or not, but Coach Noob is here. Rasheen the Dream and T. Sizz just came from a little high school basketball game. So, men, how are you tonight?
I'm good.
Sizzling.
It's Christmas shopping.
What'd you get me?
Wife spending the money.
It's the season. I got you. I got you right here, Mark. Family Feud.
Sweet.
I got
Nice.
Cheers.
Clorox.
I need that Clorox for my classroom. Everybody sneezing in there. I just got over that crap.
There's a lot of kids out. A lot of kids sick. T. Sizz, you got many kids out in your school?
No, but what I just heard was the Jags varsity girls basketball team all has COVID, so that the JV team had a forfeit tonight so that the JV could step in for the varsity. That's going to be an interesting game.
Wait a minute. The Jags JV team.
No. Jags varsity.
Jags varsity got COVID.
All has COVID.
But the JV team is going to step in for them and play.
That's all right.
Oh, shit.
Hey, hopefully they stay away from us in PE. They got to get those girls away.
Big V. They're going to play the Big V tonight, baby.
I don't even know anybody on that squad, Mike. You know anybody on that squad?
One or two softball girls.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That softball team's going to be all right. They got some good stuff coming back.
Hey, that's always a positive, right?
They got Coach Horton. Coach Horton's coming back. They're gonna be legit. State champion, Coach. Big Mike. Yeah.
Before we go any further, before Trey hopefully jumps on here with us, guys, I want to remind everybody we're doing our Christmas show Saturday live from Casa de Maradei. It'll be at noon on Saturday, so we'll have all kind of craziness going on there. Looking forward to having you men come over and visit. Probably have some bourbon flow in and some food.
I'm gonna make y'all some apple pie drinks.
What's that?
What are you making?
Apple pie drink.
Oh,
whoa.
Hey, we got to bring our lifting belts too. Right?
Yeah.
Oh, that's right. Hey, look, I'm going to need some help, man. I got to take my universal gym and move it 180. I was telling noobs today. So I'm going to need you to step your game up for me on Saturday.
We got it.
I got this. Do we have to sign a release form? Because, I know I'm pulling something. Pause.
Hey, how about
yes,
listen, before I could get on here, I was limping around my house. I had a splinter in the bottom of my foot. Have you guys ever had a splinter in the bottom of your foot?
You're not supposed to climb the tree stand without boots on, noob.
Ah, damn it. I wish you had told me that beforehand.
You're climbing it like a bear.
Yes. So 2 days I've walked around just limping with this pain in my foot, like the lion that has a splinter in his foot, but he won't slow down. So finally I got my wife to get the needle. I swear to God, I needed some Novocaine though, man. That hurts so bad. But she finally got the little tiny splinter out of my foot. I feel so much better.
Wait. She Novocained you?
No, I needed it. It hurts so bad. I wish I had it. Oh, man. I feel like she was tattooing the bottom of my foot.
I can't imagine.
It hurts right at the bottom of my foot. It was awful.
He said tattooed bottom of her foot. He was like, the pain, the pain.
That little dude was crazy in real life. You know that?
Hey, hopefully the man's going to join us. But before he jumps on here with us, guys, let's talk a little. Let's talk a little bit about what's going on in the NFL. There's some crazy stuff going on. Philly just lost their third game in a row.
Yes, sir.
Rasheen,
I mean, I remember like a month ago, somebody named Mark Maradei told me that they were going to lose in the first round of playoffs.
Yeah.
He saw it coming. He saw it coming.
I didn't want to talk about that. I wanted to go right to the KZ hit on Pittman.
Oh, you want to get into that?
Let's get
That's
in.
a good.
Right,
Yeah, let's get into it.
That's
Okay.
a season-ending hit. What is going on?
I mean, no paid 3 games, dude. I mean, they say he does it a lot. I haven't seen it a lot. Not this year. Who did he hit hard?
He made a hit on Chubb. I just saw it today. Somebody posted it on X. He had a hit on Chubb. It was an open field hit downfield, and he lowered his shoulder into Chubb and knocked his ass sideways and knocked him down. He got fined for that. And I'm like, wait a minute. What are we fining him for? For making a tackle downfield on a guy twice his size who squats 700 pounds?
But and this is the reason when they say like Brady's the greatest or guys are the greatest of this era, like somebody like me who makes say $50,000 a game. If you're coming and I'm thinking, well, I'm gonna lose my 50, I ain't gonna hit you.
Right.
I can't afford to hit you.
Right.
Yeah.
Do you think like that, though?
You can play for the Commanders. You'd be perfect for the Commanders.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, simple. I think that's what changes the game. Back then, they would clean you up because they didn't care.
Well,
Right.
you're right. You definitely see that when those guys are screaming off the edge and they're pulling up short. You know,
you can run across the middle like this and get free
they're not
demo.
gonna hit the quarterback. You're right about that.
You know what I mean?
You know
So now,
that's where I see it when the quarterback scrambles. Everyone's like,
yeah, like they said,
they-
anytime he gives himself up, what the hell does that mean?
All right, guys are very hesitant to go anywhere near a quarterback.
Wouldn't you be?
Yes, 100%. I'm trying to get paid for my family. It's only a few years.
Guess how much KZ misses for those 3 games?
How much?
$2,008. I'm sorry, $208,000. I'm sorry.
Oh,
Jeez,
okay.
I'm sorry.
$208,000.
$208,000.
I think it took me 10 years to make that.
$208,000.
Yes, he gets paid like under 70 a game, a little bit under 70 a game. Yes.
I mean, my first paycheck was $27,000 a year.
Yeah.
Not paycheck, first contract
for the year.
Yeah.
for the year.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn.
He makes
That's
that in the first quarter.
I don't know. I when you got guys like Tom Brady chiming in on that shit and saying his quarterback let him out there, his quarterback dropped that ball in a bad place. No wonder what's that DB supposed to do. Now I know it's Tom Brady and I know how we all feel about that, but Brady's perspective is different today that he gets to sit back and watch the game. And I could say Brady never hung a guy out to dry.
Yeah, I mean,
I never remember him putting a guy out there like that. That when I think back to, I don't know, he didn't throw the ball far downfield.
It probably happened at some point, but as a DB at this point in the game, I think you really, really have to be careful of how you lead. You cannot lead with your head at all. You got to kind of hit them with your body, and you got to try to get them down in that way. I think it sounds like a very difficult task because it's hard enough to freaking tackle a guy anyway. But then you put all that into it.
Unless you go into the game saying, "Hey, I'm willing to lose 50,000 this week. I got another 150 coming, so I'm cool with it."
Because I got 50 on 13 black down at the casino. So
You know what I'm saying?
it's so hard because the guys are lowering, the defensive guy lowering, the offensive guy lowering. I'm like, I don't know. How do you?
Well, it's like Mark said with Nick Chubb. Where else you going to hit him? What else you going to do?
Yeah,
You got to go low.
he's only what 5'9", 5'10".
Or you become a casualty.
Yeah.
Yeah. Sometimes
I think the people that decide whether somebody goes or doesn't go in a game, like whether they should be suspended for the game or not, I think those guys in New York, they should be former defensive backs that had to be in that situation because it happened so goddamn fast.
Yes.
Like you could think, oh, I'll be safe. And the next thing you know, he ducked his head, and then all of a sudden it's helmet to helmet, and you're like, shit, I didn't mean to do that.
So you're saying
it happened so fast.
There would be more grace if they were?
Yes, there should be.
Yeah. I mean,
it's so hard.
So John Runyon's the guy who sent the letter to him and levied the punishment. And John Runyon said there was so much open field around them that there was no need for him to approach and attack him like that from that angle and levy that type of hit on him. And that's why, he's not only being suspended for a game, he's being suspended for the rest of the season. I do know that he has requested a hearing to get that, overturned or, shorten the suspension, whatever the case may be. But I mean, at least in college, if you make a shitty hit like that, they throw you out whenever it is in that game. And then you don't get to come back until that exact same time the next game. So you miss an entire game's worth of play.
I don't even agree with that either. I think that sucks too.
Yes, because here's my thing. And I think we discussed this. If you don't want to get hit, don't sign up. I'll take $1 million for people to kick the shit out of me. I'll take it. I would.
So I think the game is dangerous, and you got to keep it safe.
Oh, come on, man.
But god damn, it kills me. Like some of these hits, like it's so unavoidable. Like it's unavoidable at times. Like you're just trying to make the tackle, and your head gets in there, and his head ends up because he ducks his head. You can't help it. If the offensive guy drops his head, there's nothing you can do defensively.
And it's everywhere. Because listen, even when I was playing flag football, I'm playing DB, the ball's coming, and it's like I can't grab the flag yet, so I got to hit this dude with the flipper. And that's what I would do. And I would get the penalty every time. I'm like, dude, what am I letting him catch it and then grab the flag? Like,
I don't know what direction this league's going though, because it's so uneven hitting the quarterback. You don't want to hit the running back low because you might hurt him. I mean, there's so many rules. It's so tilted.
You can't accidentally put your weight on the quarterback. Like,
right.
That's ridiculous. The quarterback rules are insane.
Yeah, the weight on him. Yeah.
It's like, crazy.
If you put weight on somebody, your legs got to be up. I never see no one's legs up in the air dropping on them. Like, that's crazy.
Yeah. 100%. 100%. Well, it'll be interesting to follow what happens with this and what they plan on doing to maybe overturn it, maybe change. I don't know. And you know what? If he doesn't come on here shortly, we're going to get into this though. But Tomlin hasn't chimed in on this at all.
Do you think honor the days where James Harrison, people like him are saying, if my mom was on the other team wearing the other jersey, I'd kick her ass too?
Yeah.
Well, that was my question.
You can't have that mentality anymore.
And that's what I'm saying. So what do you guys think? Do you guys think it should be safer or just let it be whatever? I'm with Thunderdome. I don't give a damn what happens to you out there. Like, you signed up for this. If you don't want to do it, don't sign. Like we want Mark Maradei, we draft you. You don't got to show up. You can be like, no, I'm good. I'm Thunderdome. I don't know about you guys.
I think if there's a way to keep it safer, it's good to do that. I think the long-term effects, you see guys like Junior Seau, Mike Webster, like they were destroyed by the game.
Yeah.
And if there's a way to eliminate that, try to do it. Keep it humane. Like it's devastating to see guys like that and see what happened to them. I don't know if there's a way to do that.
Did you guys ever know that Junior Seau tried to commit suicide before he actually committed suicide? He drove his car off a cliff in San Diego, and he survived that. Like, that's pretty – I think the most astounding one out of all those guys would be Justin Strelzik, who was so fucked up in the head, he drove his truck right into a gasoline tanker and blew himself and the driver and the tank, like it was crazy. He knew what he was doing. He was going the opposite way down the road, and bam, that was it.
So it's deeper than depression. It's just like something just
your brain's been altered.
It's like depression on steroids.
Yeah.
Like
your brain's been altered. Yeah. So, well, let's go ahead and get some more. Let's talk a little bit more about the game, and then we'll circle back to the Steelers because there's just a whole lot. It's the centerpiece of the NFL right now, and if we don't discuss it with or without Trai Essex, we're doing them a disservice. We're doing our podcast a disservice. And I know, we talk a lot of Steelers stuff. I get it. We're Pittsburgh fans here. Noob's a Commanders guy going through a whole lot of stuff there. But,
he's transitioning.
I actually am surprised at the level of quality of play of some of these backup quarterbacks in the league.
Yeah.
Really,
Yes.
I mean, like that DeVito guy, did you expect that out of that kid with the Giants? Yeah, he's a Paisan.
Yeah.
How about the
Browning?
Bengals?
Browning is
Browning.
kicking.
Yeah, Browning with the Bengals.
Yeah,
God.
Do you know he has better numbers than Burrow had?
He's
And
going-
Burrow had played more games than him?
It could get ugly Saturday, but yeah.
Oh,
What
it's
happened?
going to get ugly.
Oh, it's going to get real ugly.
Hey, Noobs, what happened with Howe anyway? Why was Brissett in the game? Howe was ineffective?
Yeah, he had a rough day. I stopped watching, man. I couldn't watch. They were getting killed. But he apparently was having a rough day, and they put Brissett in. But Brissett supposedly did pretty well, got him back in the game.
He did. And that was my next question for all you guys. What do you think it is with some of these guys like Howe? Like he wouldn't throw the ball to McLaurin, and then here comes Brissett, and now he's slinging it to McLaurin and everyone else. Like, is it these guys have a relationship with these dudes? Like, hey, man.
So I think Howe that game, prior to that game, he didn't throw it to McLaurin enough. But that game, he apparently tried to force it to McLaurin. And
gotcha.
that's what caused some of the picks, and he was kind of a mess.
Got you.
Yeah.
Is he going to last there, Mike? With the change of coaching staff, is he going to last?
So my thoughts are, I think he has the arm talent and the moxie to be an NFL quarterback. But if they end up with a top 2 pick, which they very well could, if they lose out, they could be a top 2 pick. It's going to be very difficult for whoever comes in as a GM to say, I can get one of the top 2 quarterbacks coming out in one of the best classes ever, supposedly. I don't know, man. I think you almost have to take one of those guys, don't you?
Mike, if May goes number 1, do you take a shot at bringing home another hometown guy and letting him play in your town like they did with Chase Williams?
I mean, my wife could let him borrow some nail polish. I mean, that would be pretty good. It'd probably work.
Talking about
Bring May to the Commanders?
No. I said if May goes number 1.
Yeah.
If May goes number 1.
Gotcha.
And that means the Commanders have number 2.
Did you mean like
Caleb Williams?
Caleb Williams.
I'm kind of jumping on you. Like you guys have said all along, like I'm not a fan. I'm kind of getting on that boat. I don't know if I really trust that guy.
Look at all the Lincoln Riley's past quarterbacks.
Hey,
I pointed that out some time ago.
You're not trusting guys. I don't know if we want to go Jalen Hurts. I don't think people are trusting him right now. He's kind of crapping the bed, losing 3 in a row.
Mike, what'd I tell you?
You said it. You said it. But
you said it. I
told you.
But
is that all on Hurts? Is that all on him?
No, it's just there's something wrong with that offense. I think you got to blame the coordinator, in my opinion.
He's not clicking. Yeah.
No, how could he be so good last year, but now he's not good? Is it him or is it his coordinator? What changed?
They're 10-4. It's not that they're terrible.
His coordinator is in
Those are
Indianapolis. That's what changed.
That's what I'm
the guy
saying.
he had a relationship with.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. That's a good coach. He was special.
He
and
left.
He was able to, yeah. He
He's
got a
not a
head
coach.
coaching job.
And now Patricia's the defensive coordinator because that coach left, didn't he?
They promoted Patricia.
Yeah.
This week.
Yeah. They cut loose their defense coordinator this week.
Yeah.
I don't know what rights the ship for them because I was never really, as I watched the season play out from my perspective, and this is just my perspective, I saw a team kind of like the Ravens who were just getting by winning some of these games. They weren't winning resoundingly. Okay. And that's where I deduced, hey, this is a team that gets knocked out in the first round of the playoffs. This is a team that gets knocked out in the divisional round. This team is not sitting on Super Bowl Sunday in a locker room in wherever in the hell the Super Bowl is this year. And I kind of feel that way still about the Ravens. I think losing Mark Andrews is gonna show up in the in the playoffs. They can go ahead and ruin every game they want to the rest of the regular season. That's fine. No malice towards anybody. But at this point now, they just lost their number 2 running back, Keaton Mitchell. Gus Edwards, they have no confidence in him. His carries are nominal at best.
All he does is score touchdowns.
And like Isaiah Likely has had a couple of good games. He's done okay, but he is not Mark Andrews. He is not Mark Andrews. And,
not
OBJ,
too many guys are.
I mean, OBJ, let's face it, it's kind of like playoff hockey. It gets tighter in the playoffs in football, and everything gets a little bit tighter because you're playing for a lot more. You don't have next week to right the ship. And
there's a difference there. To playoff hockey, they're just going guns out. They're just hitting, smashing. They're in front of the net. They're just doing everything. I feel like in football, it tightens up what you're saying there.
Yeah,
I think
got the yips for the first quarter. Like, just things aren't flowing. It's like because of the fanfare and being on that big stage. And if I win this game, I'm going to go to the next and then the next. And there's just something different about the football versus hockey playoffs.
So I think in football, I can't really speak to hockey, but I think in football, if you have a weakness, it gets exposed in the playoffs.
Absolutely. Yep.
If you take away Lamar from the Ravens, what do the Ravens give you?
Lamar as far as the runner?
Lamar as far as a football player on that team as the quarterback.
If you take
how do you got to pick and choose? Can you take away the pass or the run? Like, I don't think you can do both, can you?
I let him throw the ball.
Yeah, so
I don't think he has enough receivers or enough quality receivers or enough skilled receivers that he will be able to allocate the ball to everybody and be successful.
Hey, he allocated very well against the Jaguars this week. They beat them up pretty well. 23.
Go back and look at the Jaguars the last 3 or 4 weeks, guys.
And they haven't done much. Yep.
Yeah, since I told you.
Wait, do you mean your London Jaguars? Yeah.
Since the Jaguars beat the Pittsburgh Steelers over 5 weeks ago, the Jaguars are 2-3. Did you know that?
Yes.
So they're not what everybody thinks they are either. That team is not. The NFL has got a lot of parity. That's the thing I love the most about it. How many teams are still in it, headed towards the playoff push? I mean, there's a lot of teams that are still headed towards the playoff push and have an opportunity. A team wins here, a team loses there. You're going to see some teams. The Texans, the way they were playing, everybody was like, yeah, C.J. Stroud, the Texans.
Yep.
Hasn't looked that way the last couple of weeks, has it?
Mm-hmm.
So. I mean, I do like this week's matchup of the Niners and the Ravens. The Ravens finally going away from Baltimore, finally going to a formidable opponent who's playing really good football. Do the Ravens have what it takes to actually shut down Brock Purdy, who has thrown the 32nd least amount of passes in the NFL, but is number 2 in passing yardage?
I want to Brock and roll all night and Purdy all day.
Yeah.
Wait,
he is kicking butt.
Mark, say that stat one more time. I gotta hear that.
He's number 32 in terms of pass attempts,
mm-hmm.
but he has the second most passing yardage in the league.
So yards per attempt must be off the charts.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yep. The yak
That's impressive.
The yak is out of this world. Terry and I were talking about this earlier today. And Terry said, Christian McCaffrey is going to get the MVP. I think, he has a great shot at it. But I also think Purdy has done some things that have really kept that team humming very well for Mr. Irrelevant.
He's doing pretty well.
I got
McCaffrey
fantasy, by the way.
So McCaffrey is going to be a two-way player on the white team too, by the way.
Oh, is he?
Stop it. Oh, that's terrible.
We do have to address that at some point. We got to address that.
Oh, we can talk about that. We can talk about that.
McCaffrey has 13 touchdowns and 1,292 yards.
Yeah.
Can we go back?
We got to work on his back pedal.
Are we talking about Mendenhall?
He's got to be able to open his hips, right?
Rashad Mendenhall.
That is terrible. That is terrible, Mendenhall.
That was a funny ass take.
I looked in his Instagrams and stuff, and he put a post out there. People were wondering why I retired at 26. I said, no, we're not. You suck.
Oh yeah, like, what are you talking about? Listen. He wasn't better than Riggins. He wasn't better than Merrill Hodge. He might have been on par. Merrill Hodge definitely ran harder. That's a fact.
Oh yeah, he ran harder. He got concussions.
I mean, he got to be watching football now, right? He doesn't know Christian McCaffrey. And then let me give you Mr. Allstott. yeah, come on, bro.
Yep.
Yeah. Go.
Yeah.
Maybe he got hit too hard, New Visor.
Yeah.
He might have.
Who's the last
making comments like that?
Hey, here's one for you. Who's the last white cornerback to start in the NFL?
Jason Sehorn.
Sehorn.
Yep.
That was my guess.
One.
Yeah.
Yep. Last one.
Is that right?
Giants, 2002. Yep.
God damn.
And then he rolled over to safety after that.
But guess what? Iowa has one coming this year, and they said he's pretty damn good.
White dude?
Yeah.
I want to see him match up with fucking Rashard Mendenhall then. Let's go ahead, Rashard.
Compton said we're pulling him up for this game.
Where did that comment come from besides left field?
Say that again?
Where does comment come from besides left field? What
He
made
wants
him
to stay relevant.
Was there something? Was he reacting to something else, or?
Well,
he just wants to stay relevant. He wants guys like us to have a conversation about him. That's all.
I mean, I think in all honesty, it's just similar to the NFL. It's people who know people. Because, I mean, there's guys who are good. There's guys that are great to do that, to do sports. I mean, I'm not a big Chris Collinsworth guy, but, you know.
Who is?
Somebody.
Jake Collinsworth? His son is. But I
sent this to Rasheen earlier today, guys.
That's like anti-NFL. We're trying to bring people together. And
I agree you should always bring people together, but I understand the sentiment. I just think you don't need to put that out there. I don't.
Yeah,
I don't know. There's no reason to say all that, but I understand the sentiment. Like you hear these guys that sucked in the NFL or they were okay, and then they're like, "Oh, he needs to do this, this, and this." Like they could have done it, right?
They're like, who am I?
I'm not mad.
I couldn't carry his jockstrap, but we're just on here shooting the shit. But he did so.
I'm not mad at the guys who were bad in the NFL because they played in the NFL. That's a whole thing to even get to that level.
Yeah,
that's why I said you hand those guys. You hand the marker and you tell them to go show you what the hell to do.
There you go.
I'll bet you if you handed Rashard Mendenhall the marker and you said, "Go ahead, draw it up for me," you tell him what you want drawn up. He ain't going to be able to do that. He had to worry about hanging on to the football when he was playing instead of worrying about the white guy and the black guy getting along. I mean, that's just insane to make that comment. And I know, I don't know. I'll leave it at that. I can tell you that if a white guy made a comment like that, it would have been fucking all over everywhere.
Oh,
I think it would have.
I think there's no place. I mean, honestly, come on, man. Can't we all just get along?
It's football.
Look, man. You told me to take my screensaver off.
And I love that. Hey, my thing was somebody put out a tweet yesterday about, the shirts that the coaches wore this week on the sidelines.
I didn't even read that shit. What did it say?
Yeah, the league, every announcer pointed it out. Okay, whatever. But I don't watch football, and this is what I said. I don't watch football for social justice.
Right.
I don't watch football for political statements. I give two shits about Trevor Kelsey and what's her name. Okay, I don't care about that. I watch football for football. And I learned a long time ago, I turn it on when it starts, and I turn it off at halftime, and I turn it on when the second half kicks on, and I turn it off at the end of the game because I don't care about anything else.
That's not going to change your views.
No, not at all. Not at all.
I couldn't even read it. I tried, but it was just, I don't know what the hell. Was that cursive or something? I don't know what the hell it was.
One of the coaches, I was telling Terry, they were pointing out one coach who had his T-shirt on, but he wore a hoodie underneath it, and the hood went halfway down his back, and they were complaining about that. And I'm like, so what? Maybe he was cold. Who cares?
Oh, wait, so everybody had those shirts on?
Yeah, every coach. Yeah, every head coach. I guess every head coach.
Oh.
Every head coach.
Are you talking about Taylor Swift the world's single worst carbon emitting celebrity. She is known to be taking these jets across the country to see Travis Kelce and burning the most fuel. Did you hear that?
No.
What the heck? Stay home, honey. Watch them on TV.
Who cares?
She increases viewership, though. Girls get excited to watch her on TV. They're like, "Oh, look at Sarah Smith."
It's helping the fan. It's really helping the fan base. I tell you.
Yeah.
See her a few times. It's not like they're like watching her the whole time and what she's doing.
Okay, tell me if you think this is true. I put this out to you guys today in our group. Rich Eisen, Watt said it is wild and that some of them don't want to practice. It's what he said, or don't want to practice in the way that everybody's supposed to practice. And he said that this past week, everybody did do that. And then you saw the result. Now you could sit there and say, then Tomlin's got to change his way. TJ Watt also said that the younger generation takes criticism personally, and how that he didn't call it a problem. I just inferred it was.
They did.
I mean, that sounds very accurate to me.
Yeah.
You know, and Rich Eisen said he had this candid conversation with Watt off the record, but was permitted to put it on the record.
I don't think Eisen should have put that out there. I think that's kind of bullshit. It puts him on the spotlight.
Yeah, and like Chop said in the chat, someone credible like that to put it out there without saying an unknown source. You know what I mean? Throwing Watt under the bus and saying he told me this. Now, we all know that there's issues in the locker room. We all know that there's issues on the field. We see them running off. I'm sorry, not running off the line of scrimmage to block anyone, walking off the line of scrimmage and not blocking anyone. It's a total shit show up there in Pittsburgh.
Who's it putting in the spotlight, though? You're talking about Watt?
Yeah.
So
yeah. Supposedly, Eisen had this conversation with him on his side. Okay. Here's my problem with it all, though, and I'll let you guys talk after I say this. Eisen's the same idiot that said that the fan base in Pittsburgh doesn't appreciate Tomlin and they shouldn't even think about wanting him fired.
My question, did Eisen post this or did someone else post that Eisen heard this? Like,
it's posted in quotes. It's posted in
bullshit.
quotes.
That's bullshit. If Eisen didn't post it, then bullshit.
That's what I was thinking, too.
Yeah, I kind of felt that way.
That'd be paraphrased.
But if Watt said it, then he said it. Like, my thing is somebody needs to say these things. And again, like, if these dudes can't say, "Oh well, I'm practicing like shit, I'm playing like shit," and Watt saying this, I'm gonna try to raise my game. That's kind of like they said about the younger people. When you tell them something, they get all down in the dumps instead of, like, I'm sure you tell the kids they should work out. They, I don't want to do that. And that's why you're where you are.
I agree with that, but you can't say this guy told me this and this is what I heard and therefore it is fact. You can't say that. Judge Judy says that every time. You can't say what that person said.
So today,
my mom watches Judge Judy.
Yay, heard me both.
Today they talked to Pickens. And they asked Pickens the question. They said, "We heard that Coach Cowher had a good conversation with you about, what was going on." Pickens said, "He didn't have no conversation with me."
Tomlin, Matt Cowher.
Sorry. Yeah. Coach Tomlin had a good conversation with you about what's going on. And he said, "We didn't have any conversation. What are you talking about?"
Who said that?
Pickens. Pickens needs to go. He does.
So I was a big fan of Pickens.
Me too.
Coming out. I loved his film. His film was ridiculous coming out of Georgia. I was like, this kid is super talented.
He is.
But he is a fucking dickhead.
There's an understatement, and I appreciate it.
Bartender!
What do you think we can get for him, Maradei?
I don't know if you're going to be able to get anything that he brings in terms of value.
Damn.
Does that make sense? Yeah. Like, if you dangle him out there, you're going to get a fourth, a fifth, a sixth.
Fifth round pick. I say
he's got so much more to offer from that perspective. This is where I think the culture needs changed in Pittsburgh. So let's go that direction.
Well, you're not going to get anything because he hasn't done anything yet.
No. He's the team He leads the team in targets and catches in yardage this year.
Bro, you can see it. He's a talent. It's what Mark said. You're only going to get that because people know you want to get rid of him. So they're going to say, well, okay, we'll give you 5th or 6th, and they hope you're going to jump on it.
But his potential has not been maximized in the system. And if it was, we would get a lot more from him.
So now
for him.
Little drag routes. No, they could use him so much more.
Yeah.
They don't use him much at all.
No.
He's a
and that's why he's blowing up, and he's like, shit, I ain't blocking. Why should I block? You won't even throw me the ball.
Hey, let's open this can of worms then, boys. What do you do here? This is a shit show in Pittsburgh. You're right, Terry. And I'm not kidding. This is a national issue. You hear a lot of national people chiming in, and most of them are on the side of Tomlin, saying that, he doesn't deserve to be ousted, things like that. Now, Shannon Sharp stood up to, who was it, Keyshawn Johnson or Ocho Cinco the other day, and Ocho Cinco's like, you can't do that, you can't do that. And he's like, no, bullshit. He said, the Pittsburgh Steelers are built on winning championships. They step on the field and expect to play hard and win championships. And Tomlin doesn't do that. Tomlin is a 500 coach. If Kenny Pickett comes back, boys, I'm going to tell you right fucking now, and you can write this down. If Kenny Pickett comes back, this team will go 9-8. This team will go 9-8.
9-8.
Yep.
Also, what Shannon Sharp said was, if you're running a business, right? Didn't he say this? You're running a business. You're not paying your employees to break even. You want to make money, and they're not doing that. They're not getting to that next level.
But Rooney too is. Rooney too does not give a shit, and he runs the team like he does it. I don't care what kind of lip service he gives the 2 times a year he opens his mouth. His old ass needs to sit down and practice law and let somebody take over this organization within the family that knows what they're doing and cares about what's going on. This isn't what the chief had put in place. This isn't what the other Rooney had put in place before he passed away. But this guy gives 2 shits, and he shows it by being satisfied every year with a 9-8 team.
I don't even know what that one looks like. I got to look him up.
Right.
What's his combination of the other 2?
Art Rooney II. Art Rooney II. We looked at a lot of numbers this week, guys. I've been personally throwing numbers to you. Tomlin and Cowher both have very similar numbers. Okay, and Cowher had losing seasons.
That's him.
Okay, Cowher had losing seasons, but Cowher also made it to how many AFC Championship games? Now he's lost some of those. But you got to think about this, and I want you to think about this long and hard. I can be a 500 or harder coach, 9-8, whatever, 10-6, whatever. I can be that guy year in and year out and gain all these victories, but I don't go anywhere with it. If you look at what was said this week, they had proven fact that 4 of the 17 years that Tomlin has been coach and he made the playoffs, they only won games in the playoffs.
Yeah.
4 of the 17 years that he made the playoffs,
they won a game.
Only won a game in the playoffs. That's 25%.
I can tell you, man. My Sundays were always built around the Steeler game. Now I don't give a damn.
Yeah.
I don't know. My formidable years were the 80s, and we absolutely sucked ass. And I feel like we're going back to that.
Yeah.
And it's really heart-wrenching. It's
Are you talking like Merrill Hodge in them seasons?
Yeah, it's tough, man.
But they were yeah.
But as I go back and I look at those 80s seasons, those guys worked hard. They tried hard. These guys aren't doing that.
And that's what you brought up like newbies. Yeah.
This is 2 of the last 3 weeks or so that we've watched Pickens walk off the line of scrimmage or let a block go. You know how he justified letting that block go today? He said, I didn't want a Tank Dell thing to happen to me, so I let the block go before the guys rolled up on me. That's what he said.
I don't know if you guys watched last night's game, though. A.J. Brown does that too.
Does he?
Yes, he just walks out. I was like, wow, this is weird. Yeah, he just walks out. Yeah, he does. Yes, he does. Yep.
Well, maybe that's the thing to do. Don't block.
At the very least, you could at least run down the field and make him chase you. Just do that at least.
You at least.
I and again, I couldn't hold any of these guys' jock straps, and this was only high school football. But I said, you want to go to the next level. You're not getting the ball. They're watching you. When you're not getting the ball, you got to block. Yeah. You got to block and go out there and flatten someone. Block till the whistle. Whether it's coming your direction, not coming your direction, you're going out for a pat, whatever, you got to block. And now these guys I don't think they're being taught that. I have a hard time.
Zero chance.
I have a hard time accepting watching this. I don't understand what's going on.
So
is it the ego? Is it the give me the damn ball? Like, what is going on?
They're selfish. But so at Northwest, we have a guy, Miles Gray. He's a great wide receivers coach. Runs clinics, does all kinds of stuff. His quote is, no block, no clock. You don't block, you're not getting on the field. Fuck you. And that's how it works. If you don't block, you're getting pulled out. We'll put the next guy in, and he will block, and then he will catch a pass. We will not throw you the ball if you don't block.
Yeah, that's concerning because that's what we're trying to teach. Right, we're teaching that right at high school level.
Yes.
I know they're getting at the college. They're getting at the college level, right, Shane?
Yes.
What's happening where's the disconnect from college to pros?
It's called accountability. They're not getting taken off the field, so they're allowed to keep doing that.
Right.
So are they saying, "Hey, I'm worth X amount of money. What are you going to do?"
Basically, that's what it sounds like.
Yeah, I mean, it's either do you want Antonio Brown or Greg Garrity? Which one?
You can laugh about it, but he's 100% right.
You're right.
I mean, the name of the game is winning. But I'll say this. In the situation the Pittsburgh Steelers are in, if Tomlin really wants to get his team back on track, he's going to look at Pickens and he's going to say, I'm taking your helmet the next 3 weeks. I don't give a shit what you do. That's what he's going to do. He's going to say, fuck you. You don't want to block.
That's what I would do. Yes. Yeah. That's what I would do.
I'm taking your helmet the next 3 weeks.
Get the fuck out of here. You don't want to help our team win. Get out of here.
Exactly.
That's bullshit.
Do you plan on trading him or letting him come back the next year?
Tell him to fuck off. He can come back if he wants to come back. If he doesn't want to come back, go fuck off.
That's how I feel about it. There's no way.
You're going to take the 5th round pick.
Look, they're going to lose anyway unless Kenny Pickett plays a couple of these games. I'm sorry.
You can't win with that effort. You can't win with that effort. You cannot. Yeah. Everyone needs to be on the same page.
Gotcha, Sheen.
Yeah. That I believe that. I really believe that. Because Kenny Pickett he's been a winning quarterback with the Steelers. You can say whatever you want, but he's been a winning quarterback. You can talk about how the passes he's missed. You can talk about the stupid turnarounds and he gets sacked. You can talk about all that shit. But at the end of the day, he wins games.
No, he doesn't. He does, but that was my question a couple weeks ago.
What kind of vodka? What are you drinking? Bourbon?
No.
Wait. Tell me. How many games did Pickett win when he started?
7.
Was he 7-2? 7-2?
7-4.
7.
No.
Are you sure?
We've lost the last 3 without him.
What I'm saying, what I was gonna say was, he's not a quarterback that's gonna go out and win the game. He's gonna not lose the game. He's playing to not lose. I feel he's gonna manage it.
So he's right.
He's like Trent Dilfer. Okay, he's not gonna win it. He's not gonna lose it.
Heard of Trent Dilfer, but yeah.
Does Ray Lewis play on the defense?
Well, it's not there. Yeah.
Listen, I don't think I think if he's that way, that's a product of what the offensive coordinator is telling him to do.
Yeah.
Well,
and that's another thing. Hey, I'm going to tell Rasheen what to do. Rasheen's going to tell the quarterback what to do. The quarterback's going to tell everybody else what to. There's too many. That's telephone. You're playing telephone. Just have one person call it in, and that's it. So I think there's too much shit going on.
By the way, both of those guys are on the sidelines now.
Huh?
Both of those guys are on the sidelines now.
You could put both those guys in the parking lot because they both suck. The whole system sucks.
They do.
Rasheen, was it you that said that Kenny Pickett, all he does is either go vertical or what was the other route he runs?
Pickens
Yeah,
runs
Pickens.
or back shoulder.
That's it. I don't see him doing anything
He does
different.
one of these. He does one of these.
And he
That's on the offensive coordinator. Like,
across the middle, a couple.
yes. I mean, but he should do that on a regular basis. Run the mesh concept where he's underneath. Run him underneath and give him the ball and let him do some stuff with the ball.
But you got to have somebody who knows how to call that shit. You
But
got to have
why
somebody who
aren't
knows.
they? Why aren't they? Like, he's a very talented player. Get him the ball in space.
I was listening to TV this morning. They said the 49ers are good at attacking the linebackers and safeties.
Yep.
I mean,
With Debo Samuel. Put Debo in the slot.
Yeah, I don't know what that means.
Hey,
We're matching them
That means
up.
they
Amy Yang asked
Yes.
for another friend request. Let's talk about another game. How about the Cowboys and the Bills?
We're not. We're talking all Steelers. I don't
They
care
suck.
about.
I'm tired of it.
We'll talk to somebody else.
All right.
Cowboys and Bills. I like it. I love that one.
That was they got punched in the mouth. Boy,
That was a nut crusher there. Yeah.
What? So how does that happen? Like, I don't understand. If you're like the Cowboys, you're a legit like top 3 team in the NFC.
Are
How do you
you?
go into a game and do that?
Well, essentially, it was a playoff game for the Bills. They were 7-6, and if they didn't win that, I think if they didn't win that, I think all bets were off for them. So they really stepped up, and I don't know how it happened, but it happened with Josh Allen. He played phenomenal, and
Running back Cook played phenomenal.
Yeah.
I don't
The
even think
offensive line.
Allen even threw that many passes. He just kept handing the ball off.
Who? Josh Allen?
Yeah.
Oh, wait a
James,
minute.
James Cook had a career day.
yeah,
What was Josh
How much
Allen? Was
29
it
yards
like
for a
single
touchdown?
digits?
I'm
He
sorry.
had 96 yards.
He had like
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he managed the game, but Cook 179 yards for a touchdown. That's what I meant. Cook.
Cook. Yeah. I mean, he killed him.
He was cooking.
My thing is with the Cowboys is this is a bunch of it's always about Micah Parsons. I don't even know if he played because I didn't see him. And then
It's been weeks since there's been a Parsons sighting.
we haven't heard.
Weeks.
Remember how they were telling us how good Diggs, the cornerback, was last year, and I haven't heard about him this year.
Well, he's hurt.
Well, no,
Oh.
that's because
He got
Clark.
hurt a long time ago.
Is it Clark?
No, who's
Yeah,
the other?
ACL.
You're talking about
You know-
Gilmore.
Gilmore.
Oh,
He's got
Gilmore.
five pick sixes.
Yes,
That's the other guy.
and that I think we talked about that. What's going to happen? They're going to get like they're going to have to make space here for Gilmore and Diggs when he comes back.
I didn't know Diggs was out, so that's not good for them this week. But okay,
He's been out all year.
He's been out.
I want you to take a look at their win-loss record and take a look at who the Cowboys
10-4.
actually beat. Okay,
10-4.
beating Philadelphia and Dallas while Philly's on a downswing after they had just got trampled by the Niners. Okay, you beat Philly, I get it. But we just sat here early in the show and talked about how Philly is not a formidable team at this point. There's something missing. Okay, I don't. Dallas is another team. I don't get excited about them. I just don't. They don't excite me. Then.
So yeah, I mean that's really the only big win. It's the Eagles because Giants twice, Chargers they beat them by 3, Patriots they beat by 35.
Where at though in Dallas?
Yes.
Yeah, of course.
Beat the Jets. That's it. Yeah, Eagles.
They
The
beat-
Panthers,
Oh, never mind.
Commanders. They beat the Cowboys. They beat the Seahawks last week. I mean, the week before. I'm sorry.
Where at Dallas?
Seattle.
Okay.
Seattle.
Big win.
They split with the Eagles.
Yes. And then they got trounced by the Bills. They got the Dolphins this week. Lions. Then the Lions after that. So
What do you think? What do you
Good
think about
test.
what do you think about the Lions? Are they who they say they are?
No.
Nah, still not very good defensively.
the schedule's created based off the year before.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, of course, you play like AFC East. You played all them teams, but
Yeah.
outside of that mandatory thing, is it based off of?
And then you play who all the third place teams are in all the divisions in your conference, and then you play
Right.
your whole division. So yeah. But as far as that goes, I mean, they're another good wide receiver away from being very dynamic offensively, and
Well,
they need to just keep feeding Jahmyr Gibbs the ball. Why they would ever go away from giving that kid the ball, Mike? You called that one early on, very early, about what a dynamic runner he is, and they just, I don't know, they all of a sudden they start giving it to Montgomery again. I'm like, what the hell are you giving it to that guy for?
Try to keep the wear and tear down. I mean, Montgomery's
yeah,
not.
you gotta.
He's not bad. He's consistent. Montgomery is.
Yeah,
He's a more between tackles guy than on the outside.
So they had Swift last year. He goes to Philly,
Mhm.
and now they got Gibbs doing the bulk of the carries. Were they together? They were together last year.
no,
Gibbs got drafted.
Gibbs,
He's a rookie.
So did they get rid of Swift to keep the cap?
I think they got rid of Swift. Well, they brought Montgomery in from Chicago, right?
Yeah, they brought Montgomery in. Yep.
Montgomery's making more money than Swift would have made.
So I think
They
Swift.
didn't really,
Swift is
I guess
only
they
in his
didn't really
third
like
year.
Swift.
Why did
Yeah, I
they
don't
get rid of
think they-
Swifty then?
Did they trade him or they just let him go?
They traded him.
Oh well.
They traded him.
He's
Maybe they
doing
like
well.
his pass
Philly.
protection.
Okay, but
Maybe he
you're saying
farted. I
you're
think he
saying-
farted in position meetings.
Detroit's a receiver away, but Noob's saying a defense away.
Yeah,
Defensive pieces, I agree.
they got
A couple pieces defensively. I don't know.
I agree.
I'm not
Couple
selling
pieces.
defensively.
I'd say if a free agent here, a couple of draft picks there,
Yeah.
and they
Wallace.
really, huh?
Levi Wallace.
Hey, they could have Levi, and I'll package up Keanu Neal and KZ if he needs a place to go after this year.
Poor
whatever
KZ.
you
I
need.
feel bad for him, man. That sucks.
So I don't know. If you look around the league, I don't know if there's much else that presents itself as a competitive, high functioning team right now. Terry said to me this morning, he said, I think Niners and Ravens this weekend might be a preview of the Super Bowl. I'm not sold on it.
Well, you know why I said that?
I think Niners run them rim.
I saw that the emblem for the Super Bowl is red and purple, and they said it's a known fact. Anytime whatever the color is, that's who makes it.
Was it on The Simpsons?
Yeah.
I think is
No, I think that's who I think is making it.
Let's do this right here. Top 5 teams right now today. Top 5.
In the league or across every league?
Nope, in the NFL. Top 5.
Okay.
Oh, we're doing that.
Oh.
Okay. I got the Niners,
So
I got the Niners.
One.
and you got the right Ravens. They're 11-3.
You have to.
At 2. New Brothers, would you agree with both of those?
Say it. My audio just went out. Hold on. Say it again.
What'd you say?
We said 49ers.
We can't hear you. No, I'm joking. We said Niners and Ravens.
Top 5. Niners number 1. Ravens 2.
Niners, yes. Ravens, yes.
All right, next.
I would have to go, and I feel like there's a drop off here, but I would have.
I'll be right back.
You got to do what? Go ahead, Sizzle.
Oh.
Drop off.
This is tough. Like we're just harping on the Cowboys, but I feel like the Cowboys over the Dolphins. I would say the Cowboys, then the Dolphins.
How about Buffalo? They are now 8-6 and have strung together a few good wins.
It's tough. It's like
Didn't they go to Kansas City and win?
I don't know. I feel like they got something to prove. They didn't prove it early, but beating Dallas that's got some fuel to fire, and they're like, hey, we can do this. We can string some going into the playoffs, and maybe we can make a run. They're healthy, and I don't know.
This might be something they need more than they ever needed to be a top seed. Usually when those teams are a top seed, They've played really good football. They kind of tail off at the end because they know where they're going to sit. And it's hard to kind of get that oomph back if you miss a game, if you haven't played hard to get there. I mean,
and it's hard to say, would I take Buffalo over Philly right now? After watching last week,
No.
You're saying no?
Uh-uh.
Philly lost 3 in a row. They're looking pretty dismal, even though they're sitting pretty at 10-4. This reminds me, of the debacle of the 10-0 season where the Steelers ended up 11-5. Is Philly headed for that direction?
So let me tell you right now what the NFL power rankings are.
I'm looking at them.
Okay, so we got 1 and 2 right.
Yeah,
Dallas at 3, Cowboys at 4. Listen, these top 4 teams played this week. Cowboys played Dallas. Niners played Ravens. Number 5, Eagles. Number 6, take a guess.
Kansas City.
Chiefs.
Yep. 7.
Beagles.
Okay, Noobs, take the mute off. You got mute on, Noobs.
Chiefs over the Eagles.
Huh?
I'll take the Chiefs over the Eagles.
Chiefs over Eagles. Let's see.
Don't you?
Okay.
The Eagles, I agree with Maradei. There's something wrong with the Eagles. Like, they're not right.
Guess who they got at 7 and 8?
I've watched
Eagles
them a lot.
Lions.
There's something wrong with the Eagles.
Here's the top 5 power rankings I'm looking at for this week. I got San Francisco 11-3. I got Buffalo at 8-6 because of the last few weeks.
They're on the road.
Because of the last few weeks. Dallas at 10-4. Baltimore at 11-3, and Miami at 10-4, and then Kansas City. And I think Baltimore at 11-3, if you shake it out and look at who they've played and the way where they've had to play them, it's a difference maker. It's a difference maker.
Wow.
Well,
wow.
The strength of schedule remaining is Miami and then Baltimore. Those two have the highest strength of schedule.
Yeah, Baltimore has to play San Francisco in San Francisco. Then they play Pittsburgh in Baltimore,
they play Miami, then Pittsburgh. Yeah.
But, even though let me put it to you this way, even though Pittsburgh is a crap team, playing Pittsburgh is always a dogfight, no matter who the quarterback is or anything. That game is always a dogfight.
They always like to play down to each other. They don't like it. They like the one score game, 3 points. Let's keep it even.
So what game are we tuning into this weekend? If you had to pick one game.
I'm watching both of those games. Ravens and Niners and Cowboys, and hopefully they got them on different times.
Yeah. Those are games to watch for sure.
I don't know. Shane keeps emailing us or texting us about these Pitt lady volleyball games. Maybe I got to tune into one of them, John.
They're over.
The season's over. You missed it all.
Missed it.
Damn. They made it to the Final Four, and that was it.
And that's the first time I watched it. It was great. I loved it. Oh man,
volleyball's cool.
Yeah. Jermaine O'Neal's daughter plays for Texas. Jermaine O'Neal used to play for the Pacers, the big 7-foot guy. Yeah, he has a daughter who plays for Texas.
Hey, Mike, speaking of Pitt and NIL, how many guys did we see today that have hit the NIL? Or not the NIL, the portal?
For Pitt? Yeah, Pitt.
Not just Pitt.
Oh, there's a gazillion. I mean, but I like every team you look at has lost like 14 guys. Have been a lot of teams hit hard. So I specifically looked at Wake. They lost 14 guys. Duke, same thing. A lot of schools have lost a lot of good players, and it's hard. I mean, it's your depth. You're losing your depth, and then so we were talking about it today. It's kind of crazy how it's changed. So a lot of the recruiting going on now because say your team, we love Pitt, right? So Pitt's going to replace a lot of the guys that lost in the portal by guys from the portal. Bring those guys in. Their recruiting numbers will go down. They won't recruit as many guys and come in because they got to win now.
Yeah.
Am I going to take a guy from Iowa that played 6 games at guard, or am I going to take this kid from Pennsylvania that has never played college football ever, but he looks okay on film? Like, zero chance, right? So the recruiting classes are going to go down. The guys that they bring in from the portal are going to go up because the coach needs to win right now.
I seen a video where the coach messaged me. You said they were already bringing in 8 guys, high school guys. The rest were all portal. And there's a local kid. I'm not going to say it on here. I'll discuss it with y'all off of here. But he was committed to a Big Ten school all season. They changed coaches. Coach came in and said, "We're taking all portal guys. We're not honoring your commitment anymore."
The portal is out of control. It's
school?
It's out of
You
control.
can at least tell us what school.
Good counsel.
What college?
Oh shit!
If he said Big Ten, it's Michigan State.
It's in
Penn State.
Indiana.
Indiana.
Is he white or black? What number? What position? What position does he? Is he in the slot?
Let's talk about something else that was kind of crazy. If you have this was Sunday. If you have 2 quarters, you could buy tickets to the Carolina Panthers game.
50-cent tickets?
Did you say 2 quarters?
They were 45 cents for the 532 section.
You got 5 cents back? Could you buy a hot dog?
Wow.
And see, look at that.
Wow.
What the hell?
Let's go down to Charlotte. Let's go, fellas.
What do you think the game? Hey, what do you think a ticket's going to cost in Pittsburgh Saturday, Rasheen?
It's going to be more than that.
$50.
Who's Carolina playing?
Well, this game they were playing the Falcons, but listen. But it was 20 minutes before kickoff. There was 100 people in there.
Oh, I saw that. There was the high school championship games in Texas have more people in it than the Carolina Panthers game.
Well, on the fastest 3 minutes, they said, and the fans are still there. No, they're not. It's raining. They suck.
It was raining and they were bad. So yeah.
Yeah.
People already gave up, but yeah.
They charge 45 cents. Anyone will go.
Bro.
My goodness. I've never seen that in my life.
Who's going to be responsible for bringing in Bryce Young? Is that GM? I mean, does he get held responsible? He's got it. Whoever made that decision's got to go. That's pathetic. That's awful.
Another Maradei special right there, Mike.
Yeah.
Another Maradei special right there.
Let that marinade for you.
I talked to our former colleague Kevin Watson. We were throwing some stuff back and forth, and I asked Kevin, what the Steelers should do. He never mentioned a head coach. He's a huge Tomlin guy. He's a Tomlin drum beater. Okay, he drinks that Kool-Aid hard. First thing he said was quarterback, and I said, okay, who you bringing in? And he said the kid from Alabama, and I forget who else he said. And I was like, I wouldn't touch
Alabama.
The kid. Yeah, I wouldn't touch the kid from Alabama with a 10-foot pole, and that's after next year. I mean,
did he just go in the portal? Oh, Jalen Milroe.
No, he's going back to school for a year.
The other dude went to the portal, right?
I mean, if you get Jaden Daniels from LSU, I would consider that.
Yes.
How about J.J. McCarthy from Michigan?
I'd consider that.
Are you sold on him?
Have you seen him play?
Yeah.
I consider either one of those two. I like both those guys.
I like J.J. McCarthy. J.J. McCarthy's a gutsy player.
Okay.
Yep, I do like him. He's got good size. He throws a mean fucking ball. He really does, and he has no problem running the ball either.
Okay. Well,
for
for whatever's gonna make him better.
But time's going to tell with this. You said that scholarships are being taken away from these young kids. Well, what are these teams going to do in terms of players then? Eventually, because you're going to need to give scholarships to young kids and develop them. It's going to be a vicious cycle.
Yeah.
So the other thing that some coaches are talking about, like the lower level D1s, D2s, like they're talking like, okay, listen, you can go to Maryland and be a backup for 2 years, or you can come here and start for 2 years and then transfer to a better school than Maryland.
True.
Who's saying that?
Selling point.
That's happening a lot. It's not that he's just saying it. That's what's going on.
No. I'm saying, okay. I'm saying, like, is Maryland recruiting you to say, come here for 2 years, Then if you want, you can go somewhere.
No.
The other school saying,
I'm talking about other
Like,
schools.
he's got like Slippery Rock, going to Slippery
Yeah.
Rock for years playing, getting you some experience.
exactly.
Yeah.
So that's
go
what
to a
that-
school where you know you can play for 2 years,
Get you some
get the
film.
film, and then
Yeah.
transfer up. And we're good with that. We've worked with you. You've been great for us for 2 years, and then transfer up. Whereas if you go to Michigan State or Michigan, you're going to sit on the bench for 3 years.
Yeah.
And guess what happens to that kid who goes to Slippery Rock in the PSAC and he makes them a winning program? He gets more kids to go there because they're a winning organization. They're a winning team.
That's kind of. Did you ever watch the Netflix special Last Chance U?
Yeah.
That's what those guys did.
Well,
I
they
mean,
didn't have choice, Terry. They had awful grades.
they're grades, but then they were like, okay, I'm going to go there. I'm going to build it up, and then I'm going to go.
Yeah.
Terry, those guys were fucked up. They didn't do well academically. They were not.
And
character.
not a lot of those guys went on to do anything. Sizzle.
Do you think these guys I'm going to portal here, I'm going to portal there? Shit, this isn't Back to the Future. You can't just keep freaking portaling.
Stetson Bennett did it.
Some guys are, yeah.
Where's
Stetson Bennett.
Where's Stetson
He's
Bennett?
in the NFL now for the Rams.
What's
until
he
he
doing? Holding the
Had some
freaking
personal
clipboard.
issues.
And that's
I paid a lot more than any of us.
Anything.
Hey, Bo Nix. How about Bo Nix?
How about Bonaire? All right.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, that's the way it's going. This is the way it's going. Like
It is.
that's going to be the way for the smaller schools to recruit bigger players. Come to my place, start, and you'll start from day one. You'll be a starter, and that's how they're going to get the better players.
Yes, sir.
Get some film on yourself.
Yeah,
Yes,
it's
sir.
crazy. It's very foreign for all of us. Like I've never heard any of this shit. It's totally different from anything I've ever heard. But that's the way it's going.
So, as Rasheem would say, if I could beat up all the dads in the neighborhood, and then I can just go back. Is it?
That don't make me the heavyweight champ, Sizzle.
Oh, okay.
It don't.
Reggie, call in. Reggie wants to call in? Do we have a number?
I told him we have a text line.
All right, text us, Reggie.
Yeah. Yeah. Reggie does his own show. Reggie has the Reggie Mattingly show. He's all Steelers.
Okay.
All Steelers. He does a great job.
Oh, I want to hear this.
Yes.
So I want to hear
Come
what
on,
he has
Reggie.
to say. He'll probably text us here shortly.
Mr. October.
You know.
Hey. We're 79. You know what?
Yeah, I don't know. Something must have happened because I sent him a couple messages and he's really good about getting back to me. So something must have happened. I'm sure I'll get a message later or
Something
tomorrow.
happened. I got a hole in my glass. I don't know. What's
We
up?
still had fun, right? I mean, come on.
Oh, no
It's
doubt.
been a while since I seen your ugly mug.
So
What? So listen. Let's. I mean, we'll just switch gears real quick.
Okay.
Say you're the Commander's owner, right?
Yeah.
Do you think it was smart for him to keep Rivera for the entire season, or do you think he should have got rid of him earlier?
I like earlier because that's even with like I hate to say go back to the Steelers, but that's even like getting a new coordinator. Like they're all up in Pittsburgh saying you can't bring in a new coordinator right now because you can't make all these changes. I'm saying if you bring in somebody now, you get them ready for next year to be with me.
Right.
Head coach, coordinator, whatever it may be.
Even that though, Shane, I think yes, you can groom him for that position, but there are so many damn distractions keeping the guy. You know, every week, like we keep saying about every week with the Steelers, every week with the Commanders, he's a distraction being here because all we're talking about is when are we going to get rid of him? Who are we going to replace him with? It's like you got to make a move.
As new guys,
So here's my two thoughts. I have two thoughts. One is get rid of him, have Bieniemy be the head coach, and then you can see what Bieniemy can do. That's one of them. And the other one's like, you know what? I don't know. Like maybe you keep him, you keep losing, and then your draft stock goes higher and higher and higher. You get a better pick, and then Bieniemy doesn't get those losses. So I don't know. I had mixed feelings. Like maybe you know that he's lost the team, but you don't put that on Bieniemy. Like,
Do you think that's the thing the Steelers did with Tomlin? Why they didn't go ahead and maybe bring in Leftwich? Hey, Reggie says this. Reggie says, hey, man, We're still not out of this. You can't count the Steelers out. I looked at the schedule. The last 3 games, because of the Ravens, they're not going to start the starters, and they can help us win if we're not seeing their starters. He said we win that game. We should be able to get the Bengals. You don't know because that kid's playing good football, Reggie.
Who gonna watch?
And then he says, it's a coin flip up in Seattle. I will say this for you, Reg. I know going to the West Coast has been an Achilles heel for the Steelers, but this year they've actually won a couple games on the West Coast.
That's
you just don't know.
That's an on my pat. Listen, Reggie, I just met you. I don't believe a damn thing you're saying.
He's optimistic.
Yeah.
I'm not mad at Reggie, but
so am I. That I'm going to get another one.
But listen, if that happens, then that means we're stuck with all these coaches again for next year, and I don't want that.
Reggie, this is a dress rehearsal for the running backs coach and the quarterbacks coach to be there.
Reggie, listen, look, read my lips, Reggie. Go look at the coaching staff we got. It's terrible. Okay? Terrible.
No.
Or as Charles Burke would say,
terrible. It's terrible. Terrible.
Get out of here, Reggie.
Listen,
the Steelers also have one of the lowest paid and least amount of coaches in the league. Did you know
listen,
that?
Listen, Reggie. Pete Carroll, I think he's like 90. I was afraid he was going to have a heart attack last night just chewing his gum. That guy he's so freaking animated. I would run through a brick wall for that 90-year-old. Who am I? Mike Tomlin. He doesn't.
You're missing your sunglasses.
He doesn't fire anyone up. He doesn't do anything. Nah. Come on, Pete Carroll.
Reggie, now that you're watching us,
huh?
What's your thoughts on? Give us your thoughts on Tomlin. Do they retain Tomlin? What do they do with Tomlin? Because when you want to go down that street about making the playoffs, you got to think about that. And on top of that, what are they going to do if they make it to the playoffs? What are they really going to be able to accomplish? They're not going to be able to beat some of those teams they're going to see in the playoffs. I mean, it's a train wreck in Pittsburgh, and we all thought it was going to be good. I did see somebody grade their free agency today, and the average grade that they got in free agency was a D. All those guys they signed that were supposed to be difference makers in depth, none of them really, they gave Patrick Peterson a D.
Stinks.
He just didn't fit the system.
Now ask Reggie who can go. Who can get out of town, Reggie? Tell us who can get out of town.
Peterson can't catch a cold. He's terrible.
He can get out of town. Mason Cole can get out of town.
Mason Cole, I'll pack his shit with Tomlin's shit, and I'll drive them both down the road.
Hey, we were high on him.
Can get out of town.
We were high on Cole at the beginning. He just
get out of here.
All right, so he said, here's what he says. He says, y'all right too. He says, if you really think about it, there's really not any real dominant teams in the NFL this year. I mean, because some I'm losing, some are winning. That's why I say playoffs, you just never know. That's what he said. Which is right. He's right. But
you never know.
But I'll tell you one thing: the Steelers would get it. I'll tell you where the Steelers would get exposed. They would get exposed on the D line, at linebacker, and they would get exposed at safety. Hands down.
They get exposed at the O line, and they get exposed at the wide receivers. And they get exposed at the offense.
Hold on. How many of y'all seen the play where they handed the ball to Najee Harris and there was a hole to the left and he ran into the crowd to the right?
So bad.
Yeah.
Reggie, how old are you?
Reggie's a grown man.
Oh, Reggie.
Don't give Reggie shit. Reggie does a great job on his show, Reggie.
I know.
Listen, we're not denying Reggie. We love Reggie. We just busted chops.
He's a diehard. He's a diehard.
Nominate Reggie.
Tell me. T-Sids, O-line is the weak link.
Too damn conservative, he said.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I hate. All the check downs, cut the mustard. Can you at least throw the damn ball to the first down marker? Could you please use the number one receiver they have, a play for that guy, which he's right. This is all stuff we've all been saying all year.
Listen, when did they put the pylon at the first down marker? I got excited. We got a touchdown, and then I realized it was a first down. When did they do that shit? Huh?
Who's the number one receiver? Pickett?
Pickens.
Pickens.
His numbers are number one receiver numbers.
Listen, that's the other thing. Tell Tomlin don't ever take when we win the flip. Don't take the ball. Kick the damn ball off, Tomlin.
Pickens is awful.
I guess at the end of the day,
skill-wise, oops.
At the end of the day, what really solidified to me that the Steelers were garbage this year was when they were winning 13-0 and gave up 30 consecutive points to Indianapolis.
Yeah.
That solidified for me that, it was almost like, and you talk about Tomlin being stoic on the sidelines. He shows no emotion. He really, if I'm getting destroyed by that, I'm going to fuck somebody. I'm going to grab someone's face mask. I'm going to scream at somebody. I'm going to show some kind of emotion and try and get something triggered.
You got to get him. I mean, it's the nature of the game. I don't expect you to get kicked out, but do something.
We can play Renegade. Let's do that.
Oh, that fires the shit out of people.
Man, please. Man, turn that shit off. Get out of here, man.
Shit.
That good Paul say,
That was my daddy. What do you want to do that for?
Hey, you were up for it when he gave you the double. It wasn't the double. He said,
All right, Reggie wants to come on with us, y'all. I'm going to send Reggie the link right here.
Yeah,
right now?
Hold on,
I'm
Reg.
the link to another.
Hold on. I'll be back. Hold on, Reg.
Pickens. Come on. That guy, his lack of effort kills me. Tiki gonna say hi? Hey, listen, Tiki wants to say hi.
Here you go, Reg. I'll be racing it after you get on.
Say hi, Tiki. Look, Tiki saying,
you meet the mascot.
Fluffy cat.
We got our mascot here today.
There he is. Tiki.
What's his name?
Tiki.
Like Tiki Barber?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, sir.
What happened
Big
to
Trey, he left me hanging, boys.
That's okay. We'll circle back. Right?
We'll
Yeah,
catch up.
I can almost guarantee you something happened because he usually hits me back almost 100%.
It's not a big deal.
Yep.
That was fun.
Oh, Reg, where you at, baby? Is he in the studio? Is he in the what's it called? Bring him in.
I just sent it to him right here. I said,
Yeah,
it's right here.
Is Reggie in Pittsburgh?
Reggie, no, he's not in Pittsburgh.
Oh,
no.
Because I gotta get Pittsburgh media secondhand from my brother.
Is he paying attention? How's Big Mike doing?
I'm talking about my older brother.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Montel.
Okay.
Big Reg, where you at, Reg? Rockin'
Ooh.
Reg.
Man, we're not syndicated yet. I'm not bladder controlled for this hour and 30 minutes stuff.
He says that's why I had to roll, man. I had to pee my pants.
Hey, we're gonna bring Reggie on for about 15.
I'm looking for bottles in here. I'm like, my son's got to have something to go to the bathroom in.
Wash your hands. That's the
I had to roll for a second.
Did you wash your hands?
Drink earlier.
You went to the bathroom and come out with a cat. Like, what's happened with that? I mean, I haven't done that since college.
He's still watching. He's hanging out watching you guys. He's right below the screen. It's funny.
Sizzle.
What's up?
What's the cat's name?
Newbie.
Come here. There he is. There he is.
You said you didn't send it.
Huh?
Reggie popped up and said you didn't send it or something.
Oh, I sent it now.
The cat's name is Reggie?
He should have it. No, the cat's not. Please quit feeding him bourbon. Call somebody. Text Max.
No.
The cat's name is Tiki, as in Tiki Barber.
Tiki B.
Tiki Walker.
Reggie, where you want me to send it to? You just tell me, kid.
Come on, Reg, where you at? Look this guy up.
I want to hear what he's got to say.
Kind of sucks we can't talk more Commanders.
Hey,
we can.
We can. But here's the thing.
There's nothing to talk about. They suck.
Let's talk about.
Hey, Tracy McLaurin. What happened to him?
Tracy
McLaurin.
No, what's McLaurin's first name? Terry McLaurin.
Terry.
T. Sizzle.
Terry McLaurin. What happened to him?
He went back to Ohio State.
They just don't throw him the ball.
Wait, but considering back to Ohio State, seriously, would you not stay for $23 million if you're Harrison Jr.?
He's not making $23 million.
They said his NIL deal would be around $23 million. Would you not stay?
Would be, yes.
No chance they could pay him $23 million.
Isn't that what we read?
That's so much money. That's asinine.
That's a hell of a lot of money.
I mean, if I was really seriously, if they could guarantee I was making $20 million, I would take it and I would stay. But I don't see them being able to pay $20 million. That's a shit ton. How are they going to pay everybody else?
That ain't our problem.
It don't matter. I'm sorry, we don't have any more money. Boosters would be like, we can get you a big wheel, but we ain't getting you.
Get you a Ram truck.
Yeah, we'll get you a lease. We can't buy that for you.
I noticed that they not only got those leased trucks for the guys team, but they got leased trucks for females too. Female basketball team in Utah now.
That's cool as shit.
Yeah.
Good.
Yep. Whoever's putting that out, that's pretty good tax write-off, and pretty
That's
smart.
not power from Bowser.
Where is Reggie?
I just sent him the link in Facebook Messenger, so he has it now.
While we're waiting, and we're not talking about Harrison Jr. anymore. Draymond Green, are we over him? What's the deal? Can he just be excommunicated?
He's got a lot of issues.
Can he be excommunicated to get mental health from the league just right about now? Or does he have a valid point? We talked about the comparison with him and Rodman. What do you guys think? Is Draymond Green the next Rodman head case, or is he a different head case?
I'm trying to think. Was Rodman who was a better overall? Rodman was a great defender. Rodman, you can deal with that because he was great at what he did.
He was an original too. Like there was nobody like Rodman ever.
Didn't him and Madonna have a thing? Oh, Rodman had all the fine babes too.
Oh yeah, and Carmen Electra.
I actually feel bad for Rodman. I think he has some serious he has some serious issues, like as far as substance abuse and things like that. He was on what was the show Trump was on? The one
You're Fired.
Yeah, yeah. What was that show called?
The Apprentice.
The Apprentice.
On the waiting room, Mark.
You guys see him on The Apprentice?
Yes, I did.
Yeah.
There was
Bring him in. Bring Reggie in.
Train wreck.
He's not on here yet.
Oh.
I'll send him the link. I sent it to him 3 different ways.
No, what do you say about The Apprentice?
God damn it, Reggie.
Rodman was a mess, dude.
He's always crying.
Yeah, I feel bad for him, man.
Well, his daughter's a hell of an athlete.
He's a grown man.
I read his biography, or autobiography, or whatever. He definitely had that, and he sat at the Palace at Auburn Hills outside the arena with a shotgun, ready to blow his head off.
Yeah,
he definitely had depression, mental health issues, but he was a hell of a player. He went balls out for the team. He was a team-oriented player, and I think Draymond Green is for the most part too. But he just got to control in a different way. You can't be putting people in chokeholds and bitch slapping them during the game. You know, Rodman went up. He out rebounded everybody and their mother.
All right, y'all. What up, Reggie? Y'all got Reggie.
What's up?
Reggie Mattingly.
Hey, this is EMC Reggie Fresh from the EMC Reggie Fresh Morning Show. A diehard Steeler fan.
Okay. Where you living, Reggie?
I live in Huntsville, Alabama.
There it
John
is.
Starworth, Alabama A&M.
Okay.
Listen, y'all hilarious, man.
How'd you get us?
Nah, I just seen you live. When I see stuff with Steelers, I go on and join in.
That's
Appreciate
good. So break it down for us, Reggie.
Let me break it down for y'all, man.
Hold on. Let me get my pen. Let me get my pencil ready.
Look, number one, there's no dominant teams in the NFL, as y'all can see. You talk about Dallas, 49ers, they losing. You got to be consistent. sometimes I think people are just playing for the money. But now, as far as the Pittsburgh Steelers, this is not the Pittsburgh way. Fans is getting tired of going and spending all this money to watch us lose the way we lose.
Okay.
We play down to the competition.
Yeah, we've been doing that.
And it's terrible. It makes me sick to my stomach to sit here and watch you throw a pass on 2nd and 20. I mean, hand it off on 2nd and 24. Ridiculous.
Yeah.
Najee should not be the starter. Period. Warren should be the starter. He's the, matter of fact, he's the guy, he's the spark of the team. Period.
He is.
Give him the ball, he gonna get 1 yard. When we ain't even no offensive coordinators, and we don't get paid like they would get to make them stupid ass calls. It's ridiculous.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? But
it's so bad you had to move to Alabama. I understand. It's really, really bad. It's unfortunate. And we're sympathizing with you, brother.
well, listen, I've been to Pittsburgh a lot. Man, I catch too many hills. You're gonna have transmission problems up there. I can't do it.
You got the potholes in the transmission.
Hey, listen, he ain't lying. One of my Regal did slip.
Yeah. But
Reggie, how you
listen,
fix everything?
Yeah, do we keep
How do you
Tomlin?
fix it?
you clean house. That's what you do. This is what I need Mike Tomlin to do. Mike's a great coach. He shows enthused in the locker room, but sometimes you got to get it out on the field. But he let people do their job. That's why he don't say nothing. Just like if you hired me, why did you hire me if you got to keep coming to me when I do something wrong? Number one. But I need Mike to go on and step down before he do get fired, and it's going to mess him all up. That's just my opinion. Because right now, he's good. I'm tired of a winning record. We need a damn Super Bowl. It's time. See, I didn't run out of excuses for Mike Tomlin. I didn't run out of excuses. Great coach, but when you lose back-to-back games to a 2-10 team at home, we got a problem. And you only got 3 games to fix it. Don't get fired in the course of that. I need you to say, hey, look, let somebody else come on in. I had a great run with the Steelers, 2 appearances, 1 Super Bowl ring, and I'm out. Because I know what's going to happen. Trust me.
What's going to happen?
He's going to get fired.
Yeah.
Hey, Reggie, would you trade him? Would you try and trade him to another franchise? If he could?
No,
who
I
would
ain't
you
gonna
trade him to?
let him leave. No, I just tell him he's going to step down, and that's what he should do. But here's one thing, though. Mike would get picked up easy by any other body. I guarantee you that.
Or would you promote him and bring someone else in?
Yeah, I promote him to do that, but you know what? I just try to, what I do is I try to be nice about it. Like, look, go on and just step down so we don't have no breaking news or none of that. I would do like, he should do like Flacco did with the Ravens. Let me explain to you. The minute they got Lamar Jackson, Flacco knew he was going to get replaced. He knew that. So he got hurt a little bit, had an injury, eased on out to Broncos, and nobody said nothing because that's the way he did it.
Now he's the comeback player of the year.
Yeah, but see, listen, if Flacco had stayed, it would have been a conflict because he was going to take his job. And I don't even know why we let him go. We had a chance to pick Lamar up. That was stupid not to put Lamar on our team.
Yeah, you had a chance to get Mahomes too.
Huh?
They had a chance to get Mahomes. You know, Tomlin sat down. Tomlin had dinner with him. Tomlin had him in Pittsburgh to visit with him and do his. You know, they did everything. They love Mahomes.
Yeah, they even went to Louisville and watched Lamar too. So I'm
just glad they didn't take Malik Willis.
Yeah, but we need a quarterback too, y'all. Why is all these other teams getting great quarterbacks? We ain't got Rudolph, not the answer. He done had his chance. He sucks. Trubisky, horrible. Pickens, he's the best that we got, but he ain't no good neither. My thing is, all the damn quarterbacks, we couldn't get no quarterbacks, not even good backups. Charlie Batch can come out of retirement and play better than all three of them.
CB3. Yeah, boy.
You got Jacoby Brissett.
Boy.
He's retired.
We should have got him though last year to come in as a backup.
He
You know
retired.
what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Man, let me ask y'all something. So all of y'all Steelers fans,
Yeah.
Everybody but Noobs. Noobs is a commander guy.
in the middle there, yeah.
okay. So let me ask y'all this. Anybody played football before?
Every one of us.
Yeah. They let me on once. Yeah.
Anybody go to the pro levels?
No,
No.
not me.
Just
Well,
call.
listen. Is anybody friends with any football players, whether they former or now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, check it out. I made a song, and whoever can do this for me, they gonna get paid swell.
12 what?
I made a song about the Pittsburgh Steelers. Now listen, I made a song about the Pittsburgh Steelers for Super Bowl 40. I sold a lot of copies, right? It's about everybody on that team. I gotta find a player that's on the team that's willing to back it up because it's a great song. When they came out with Black and Yellow, I was sick because my song better than that.
Super
Can we
Bowl
hear it?
40.
You got it?
Yeah, it's on YouTube. It's called Pittsburgh Style.
We're going to have to hit that one up.
Yeah, listen, man. You know Pittsburgh Steelers buy anything when it comes to Steelers. They gonna buy it.
Well, Super Bowl 40's been a while.
But it don't matter. It's still good. Just like the rings, it don't matter. People still can put that the way I got the CD made. They're still add it to their collection.
You got the names in it though?
Yeah, everybody on that team is on that song.
Well, it's not good now because those guys have been gone.
But I'm just saying, if you knew somebody who was on that team, that's what I'm saying.
Oh,
Let's see. I'm trying to find the
you
rock.
may call Chad Brown up and ask him if you buy it.
Chad
Okay.
Brown didn't play.
How about Chad Scott?
Chad Scott. He's down in
Oh, Charlie played. Charlie was there, yes.
Charlie Batch.
Yeah, Charlie, but well, see, I'm just saying, I'm not friends. I don't have players on my radio show, but I don't ask them because, you know,
All right, we'll hook you
y'all
up.
go be neutral.
We'll send it out, and you send us some crawfish, and we'll
Okay.
call it
All
a bet.
right, we'll do that. All
All
right.
right, hey, you drive safely there now.
Hey, man, I appreciate y'all letting me on, man.
Absolutely, Reggie. We'd love to have you back. Hit me up
right.
anytime.
Yes, sir. Love your show.
Yeah, love you too.
Take care, Reggie.
Yes, sir.
Peace.
Reggie.
Oh,
Down south, baby.
All right.
Roll Tide.
Yeah. Hey,
Not
Yeah,
we
the
got a big show coming up on Saturday. And I told y'all, Trey hit me up. Trey let me know. He was at a Steeler event and it ran over. And
Was it a black and gold event?
yeah, we will have him on. He guaranteed me we will have him on, but he was at a Steeler event that ran over. He didn't anticipate it being that long. So, fellas, it was still a pretty good show, y'all. I'm looking forward to Saturday. We'll kick some things around we want to talk about Saturday. And I'm sure there'll be plenty for us to talk about. And we're just going to have to keep Young in check.
What?
Yeah, you know, we got you, Young.
Hey,
Young and Peaky. Gotta keep Peaky out of the picture.
Reggie, it was great having you, but do I scream as much as him?
Reggie was pumped up. How about that? I
Well,
like
I
having
looked up
Reggie pumped.
Pittsburgh style. He's at Pittsburgh style, right?
Yep.
I'm gonna look it up. Don't worry.
I don't see anything. I don't see it. Damn.
I
It's on
got
YouTube.
Did you say keep me in check for what?
All that bourbon.
Listen,
We'll do some bourbon sampling. Tis the season.
tis the sizzle. Tis the sizzle.
Tis the sizzle. Man, go ahead and tell them where they can find you, please.
One Young
Whoa,
Terry
whoa,
on
whoa,
the
whoa,
X.
Whoa.
Whoa.
We gotta end.
This
We gotta end
is
with
the outro. What the hell are you doing?
Oh, he got something good for us here.
Oh.
And I always ask the question.
The trivia. Okay, here we
Favorite
go.
sports movie, gentlemen. What's your favorite sports movie?
Ooh.
The program.
Ooh, good one.
The program. Shit.
Young, what you got?
I don't know. I mean, like Field of Dreams.
Oh, come on, Sizzle.
Look, you
Don't say fucking Rudy. If you say Rudy, I lost all respect for you.
It wasn't Rudy.
All
What did I tell you about that girl from up at Shepherd or wherever she played? That girl was Rudy.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, we watched Rudy. It was the funniest shit ever. We watched that shit in college. Our whole fucking team went to go see that shit, and we were laughing our ass off. We were like, "That fucking, there's no way that guy plays. He sucks."
Favorite sport?
Come on.
See, here's the thing about movies. I got to
Remember the Titans.
watch so many.
Oh, that's a
So
good
do
one.
you have one or not? Yes or no? Come on.
Did you say remember the tight ass?
I did. I've seen that one.
Pause. So do you have one or not?
I don't got a favorite.
All right, forget you. The fish that saved Pittsburgh.
Ooh, Dr. J.
And
Dr.
Mr.
J.
Hyde. And Mr. Hyde.
Can I tell you guys a funny story about Rudy real quick?
Go ahead, noobs.
All right. So we were in
Got to
college.
block 'em?
Listen, we were in college, and our coach Dooley, it was actually Coach Dooley at the time, was like, "All right, what movie are we gonna watch?" And we would all vote on the movie we would watch on Friday night before the Saturday game, because we'd always fly over, get there Friday,
Right.
watch a movie Friday night. So he would rent out a movie theater and we'd watch it. So we voted on Rudy. Everyone picked Rudy or whatever. So we're watching Rudy. We're watching it, and Notre Dame plays against Georgia Tech. Well, one of our D linemen, his dad started at Georgia Tech. He was an offensive lineman. So my roommate Rhett, who was fucking funny as shit, Rhett's grandfather won the Heisman Trophy at Army. He was one of the horsemen or whatever. Army, whatever. Anyway, get back to he's like, Rick's dad gave up a sack to Rudy because Georgia Tech against Georgia Tech, and Rick was so fucking mad. Rick looked like Superman. He had like his hair was perfect. He fucking looked like Superman. He was like, Rick's dad gave up the sack to Rudy, and he was like, "Shut up, man! People are gonna believe that. Shut the fuck up." He got so fucking bitter. He was butt tight the whole weekend about that shit. It was so fucking funny.
At the end of the day, was it his dad?
It wasn't his dad, but that's fucking hilarious that his dad
Hey, let's run the picket fences.
That's
I
hilarious.
think Hoosiers might be one of my favorites.
Okay.
Hoosiers, Jimmy
Mental
Chipowich.
bastard.
Jimmy Chipowich, he got mental issues.
All right, fellas. Where can they
White Shadow favorite TV sports show.
Hey,
Fellas.
Rasheen, I got one more for you. The Bad News Bears.
Oh,
The
Tatum O'Neal.
1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah. When they played the Astrodome,
No, that was breaking training.
yeah. At One Young Terry
Let
on
them
the
play.
X and Instagram. Let's
Yes,
go.
yes.
Where can they find you, noob?
At Coach Noob. Twitter and Instagram. Let's go.
Right there.
Double M. Where can they find you, Double M?
Me, you can find me on our webpage, podpage.com, Original Sports Podcast with Mark Maradei. You can find us on Facebook. You can join our conversation on Twitter. You can check us out on Snapchat, TikTok, Instagram, and all this shit's on YouTube after we're done with it. It's been a great show. We've had people watching all night. Y'all, I want to apologize for Trey not being able to make it. He did send me a message. He had a Steeler event. He thought he would be home early enough that he'd get to it, but he didn't. So he's rescheduled with us. He's a good dude. I promise you we will have Trey on, and he will talk candid.
All right.
Good shit.
Candidly.
Can't wait till Saturday.
Candidly.
Yeah, Saturday, everybody,
Dude.
at noon. Holiday cheer, the OSP with the BSC style. Take care.
Peace, brother.